Some houses are powerful, some houses are ancient, and some houses are legendary. House Dayne is all three. They claim descent from a falling star. They wield a sword forged from the heavens, and they produced one of the greatest knights Westeros has ever known. This is House Dayne of Starfall. Their ancestral blade is called Dawn, a great sword forged, according to legend, from the heart of a fallen star. Its blade is pale as milk glass, alive with light, and said to be as sharp and strong as Valyrian steel, despite not being Valyrian steel at all. But what truly makes Dawn unique is who can wield it. Unlike other ancestral weapons, Dawn is not passed from father to son. Only a knight of House Dayne, judged worthy, may wield it. That knight is known as the Sword of the Morning. If no knight is worthy, the sword remains at Starfall, waiting. House Dayne traces its origins back to the Dawn Age. According to legend, the first Dane followed a falling star to the mouth of the Torrentine River where it struck the earth. There he built Starfall, the ancestral seat of House Dayne. From that star, Dawn was forged.
For centuries, the Danes ruled as kings of the Torrentine, one of the most powerful kingdoms in ancient Dawn, alongside the Ironwoods and the Fowlers. One of these early rulers was King Samwell Dayne, called the Starfire, who once led a host to Oldtown and burned the city. Their last king was Vorian Dayne, remembered as one of the greatest knights in Dawn. When Nymeria arrived in Dawn, Vorian fought against her and was defeated. Instead of executing him, Nymeria sent him to the wall in golden fetters, a mark of respect for a fallen king. Afterward, House Dayne bent the knee to House Martell, but their prestige did not fade. Another Dane, Sir Davos Dayne, himself a Sword of the Morning, later married Nymeria and became Prince Consort of Dawn. Even without their crowns, House Dayne remained one of the most respected houses in Dawn. House Dayne also developed deep ties to the Targaryens. Lady Lyanna Dayne married Prince Maekar Targaryen and became the mother of several important figures, including Aegon V, Maester Aemon, and Aerion Brightflame. Through Lyanna, House Dayne blood flows through some of the most important figures in Westerosi history. Over the centuries, House Dayne would produce some of the greatest knights in the Seven Kingdoms. Among the known Swords of the Morning were Sir Davos Dayne, Sir Ulrich Dayne. But of all the Danes in history, one name stands above the rest: Sir Arthur Dayne. Arthur Dayne was the last Sword of the Morning, and widely considered one of the greatest knights who ever lived. Even Ned Stark once said, "The finest knight I ever saw was Sir Arthur Dayne, who fought with a blade called Dawn, forged from the heart of a fallen star." Arthur served in the Kingsguard under Aerys II Targaryen, the future Mad King, alongside some of the finest knights in the realm. Yet even among them, Arthur Dayne stood apart. During the Kingswood Brotherhood uprising, the infamous Smiling Knight challenged Arthur for his sword. "It's that white sword of yours I want," the Smiling Knight said. "Then you shall have it, sir," Arthur replied. Arthur Dayne killed him. After the battle, Arthur knighted a young Jaime Lannister using Dawn itself. Jaime later remembered how the blade cut through his tunic and drew blood as Arthur tapped him on the shoulder. Arthur Dayne embodied everything the Sword of the Morning was meant to represent: honor, skill, legend. But his story ends at one of the most mysterious events in Westerosi history, the Tower of Joy. At the end of Robert's Rebellion, Eddard Stark rode south with 6 companions to find Lyanna Stark. Waiting for them were 3 members of the Kingsguard: Sir Arthur Dayne, Sir Gerald Hightower, and Sir Oswell Went. 7 men against 3. When the fighting ended, only 2 survived. Ned Stark, and Howland Reed. Arthur Dayne was dead. In the television series, the scene is shown directly. Arthur Dayne fights with two swords, cutting down Ned Stark's companions and eventually besting Ned himself in single combat. As Arthur prepares to kill him, a wounded Howland Reed stabs Arthur from behind, allowing Ned to finish the fight. Whether events unfolded exactly that way in the books remains unclear, but the outcome is the same. Arthur Dayne fell at the Tower of Joy. Ned Stark later returned Dorne to Starfall, a gesture that suggests deep respect between the two men. Not long after, Arthur's sister Ashara Dayne threw herself from the Pale Stone Sword Tower at Starfall. Her death remains one of the great mysteries of Westeros. Ashara Dayne attended the famous tourney at Harrenhal, the same tourney that helped set the stage for Robert's rebellion. There, she was said to have danced with Eddard Stark, though it was Brandon Stark who asked her on Ned's behalf.
Sir Barristan Selmy later remembered Ashara as one of the most beautiful women he had ever seen, with haunting violet eyes, and admitted that he himself had loved her from afar, but Barristan also remembered something darker. He recalled that Ashara had been dishonored at Harrenhal and later gave birth to a stillborn daughter. Not long after, she threw herself from the tower at Starfall. Her body was never found. Some rumors claim Ashara fell in love with Eddard Stark. Others suggest Brandon Stark. Barristan himself only remembers that she looked to Stark, never specifying which one. Despite this tragedy, and despite Ned Stark killing Arthur Dayne, House Dayne still appears to respect him deeply. Edric Dayne, the young Lord of Starfall and nephew of Sir Arthur, was even named after Eddard Stark. That detail alone has fueled countless theories. But House Dayne is not only defined by its past. In the present story, the house continues through Lord Edric Dayne, known as Ned, a young lord who once served as squire to Beric Dondarrion in the Brotherhood Without Banners. At the Battle of the Mummers Ford, Edric defended Beric's body after his death, before Thoros of Myr resurrected him for the first time. He later traveled with the Brotherhood, witnessing Beric's repeated resurrections. After Beric's final death, Edric and several other members of the band go their separate ways from those who choose to follow the resurrected, vengeful Lady Stoneheart. He represents a quieter continuation of House Dayne's legacy. But there is another Dayne, Sir Gerald Dayne, known as Darkstar. Gerald Dayne is a member of House Dayne of High Hermitage, a lesser branch of House Dayne and bannerman to Starfall. He is also the cousin of Edric Dayne. Handsome, dangerous, and unpredictable, Darkstar is known for his skill and his cruelty. He is also said to be jealous of his famous cousin, Sir Arthur Dayne, the last Sword of the Morning. At one point, Gerald was also one of the lovers of Princess Arianne Martell. When Myrcella Baratheon asks him, "Are you the Sword of the Morning now?" Gerald replies, "Men call me Darkstar, and I am of the night." Shortly afterward, Darkstar joins Arianne's plot to crown Myrcella. When the plan fails, he attempts to kill her, succeeding only in slicing off her ear before escaping into the deserts of Dorne. After his escape, Prince Doran Martell sends Obara Sand and Ser Balon Swan to hunt him down. Arianne later reflects that she trusted Darkstar only because he was handsome and regrets ever involving him. Prince Doran later calls him the most dangerous man in Dorne. If Arthur Dayne represented the noble ideal of House Dayne, Darkstar represents something far darker. And still, Dorne remains at Starfall. No Sword of the Morning currently wields it. Some fans speculate that Dorne's ancient origins, forged from a fallen star, may tie House Dayne to deeper mysteries, perhaps even the Long Night itself. But for now, Dorne remains sheathed. House Dayne endures, an ancient house born from a falling star, a sword unlike any other, and a legacy shaped by some of the greatest knights in Westerosi history. And like the sword they guard, their story may not be finished yet.